There's a conference being scheduled for the month of June 2009 in York University to discuss ways to solve the Middle East crisis. And a minister of the government, Mr. Gary Goodyear, has decided that public funds should not be expended for this conference. And why did he decide this? Well, he had representations from the B'nai B'rith and from some other groups that were friends of Israel. And the explanation for the difficulty or questioning of the funding was that, quote, some of the speakers have made anti-Israel statements. That's a quote out of the National Post today. This is June the 12th. And I wonder just how much the government is prepared to go in the direction of censorship. It appears now that no government funding will ever be allowed for any organization that questions the legitimacy of Israel. Whether you like Israel or you don't like Israel, it is obviously necessary, as is the case with every political issue, and that is one, that people be allowed to question various points of view. It is important that we be allowed to question the legitimacy of Israel, a state founded in 1948 by the imposition of war. It was basically by conquest in a territory that the British had occupied since the First World War. And under the Balfour Agreement, it was agreed by Lord Balfour that His Majesty's government looks with favor upon the establishment of a homeland for Jews in Israel. And then the latter part, which is often forgotten, not to prejudice the rights of the indigenous people, the Palestinian people of that area. Well, to discuss all of this is to question just how is the legitimacy of the State of Israel established. It was, of course, through war, violence, and in some cases terrorism, like the blowing up of the King David Hotel. People who have been dispossessed in that region since 1948 have a very serious and real grievance. And suddenly the Government of Canada says it's improper to question the legitimacy of the State of Israel, or to make even anti-Israel statements. It should be possible in Canada to make anti-British statements, anti-American statements, anti-German statements, anti-French statements, or anti-Israel statements. The day that the government can decide what statements can be made is the day upon which it is a mockery to say that we are a free and democratic society, as is stated in the preamble to our so-called Charter of Rights. We have to realize that if this conference is not able to go ahead in York University, I understand organized by a Jewish woman whose name is Aiken, then really we cannot have serious discussion about serious issues. We'll only have one side, the government side, the side that says that only one side is right. And there will be no two sides to any argument. There'll be just the government point of view. And how different is that from any totalitarian regime that we have ever seen in this sad world of oppression? It'll be no different than the boogeyman of modern times, Nazi Germany. It'll be no different than the Soviet Union. It'll be no different than Pol Pot's regime, although the consequences of breaching the so-called etiquette of our time will be less severe, and the smug and sort of sanctimonious attitude will be, well, no one went to jail over this. You see, the difficulty with that is you can stifle freedom far more effectively with a point of view and a power and the power to write a check than you can by putting people in jail. As we've often found, iron bars do not a prison make. And that is what those who believed in freedom had to overcome so that we might have it. And that is what we should cherish, the freedom they sacrificed to give us. And therefore, when the government starts to tell us what anti-statements are allowed and what aren't, we should realize that it's time to free the West, because if that's the attitude of Ottawa, we need to make a significant change.